Its intensity may be more than some wish to be exposed to. And those people should.
Hello, everybody. I think we may have lost Vince Russo in the process of the opening here.
When you put up the most hated man in wrestling, I think he left.
Oh, is that what it was? Yes.
I think.
Well, welcome back, Vince.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys were froze. I was froze. I wasn't hearing anything, so I just kept popping out and coming back in. I'm here.
How old? When did you make this new opening?
Well, I actually made that originally probably about a month ago.
Yeah.
But I just put it up today because I know that last week we were complaining that we didn't have an open, so I figured, let me throw one in there.
Okay. Well,
that work?
I don't like it. It scares me because I used to watch Twilight Zone when I was a kid, and I swear to God, I don't want to date myself, but I have to. It was in black and white, and we had a little coffee table in there. It scared the crap out of me so bad. I would throw like a blanket over the whole table, and I would look out, pick up it, and look at the screen like that, praying somebody was going to get me.
I used to be that way with a show called Dark Shadows when I was.
I used to love that show, man.
Dark Shadow. I remember.
Barnabas Collins. Barnabas Collins. Yep. Yeah. Jonathan Freed was Barnabas Collins.
By the way, hello everybody, and welcome to BroDown. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and of course, we're speaking with Dirty Dutch Mantell and the most hated man in professional wrestling, Mr. Vince Russo. How you guys doing?
Let me ask this.
Yes.
Why is Vince considered the most hated man in wrestling?
I don't know if that's actually a moniker he's gotten anywhere. I just kind of threw that out there when he and I started working together. I was like, look, let's just call it what it is. Everybody seems to hate Vince, so we'll just make fun of it and say, okay, he's the most hated man then.
Why is that? Why is that, Vince?
I think it's real simple because the what is that old saying? The loudest, the least minority is the loudest voice. The internet wrestling community hates me because my wrestling was entertainment based and not wrestling based. So they absolutely hate my style of wrestling. So, casual fans, who watched, back in the day, those aren't the people on the internet. The people on the internet are the hardcore wrestling fans, and hardcore wrestling fans do not like entertainment in their wrestling.
Really? What's this?
Reith Happy Mom. She's a new YouTube member. Hey, thanks for joining in and being a YouTube member. We appreciate that very much. If you want to be a part of tonight's show, all you got to do is drop us a super chat. We'll throw it up on the screen and answer your questions. And more times than not, we love doing that more than covering the show because, well, the show is the show of Smackdown for this evening. Yes.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Usually people put up $2.99, $4.99, $9.99. That's what they pay to ask the question. What is the highest number you have seen requesting a question to be answered that you've seen? What's the highest number?
Now, for me, I'm just trying to think back. Maybe $20, $50 may have been one of the two top numbers I've seen, and that was one of the first shows we did with when we first started BroDown. Vince, do you remember about how much we've seen on this show?
Yeah, I don't know. Because man, we get so many of them. I really don't pay that close attention, but probably something like that.
Yeah. We do have somebody coming in right now, Mr. Hughes. I'll say it again. Truth will cost Orton the title.
I don't get it. I don't get that at all. How did you come up to that conclusion?
I'm guessing that after tonight, we keep seeing Truth, talking about Cena and being his biggest fan and everything else. I think that may be where it's coming from. I don't see him being involved in the match, though. Do you, Vince?
No, not at all. But bro, knowing them, they've got nothing for Cena. Maybe they believe they can get a Truth Cena pay-per-view, between now and SummerSlam. That who knows? That might be what they're building to. They've got nothing else for the guy.
No, and one of the things when they started out tonight's show, we went through the very beginning and we got into let's see what all happened in the beginning. What do we have here? We had Damian Priest being stopped by Byron Saxton on the way to the ring. LA Knight joined in. We start the show with LA Knight and Damian Priest against Jacob Fatu, the US champion, and Solo Sikoa, with Knight and Priest being the winners. I get all of that, but after all of this is over with and we get past Charlotte Flair, I believe, we find out that John Cena will be on tonight's show. So let me ask you, as you're laying out a show, Vince, do you start by letting people know that?
Well, Mac, I was thinking that same exact thing. Here, let me. Can I sum up tonight's show with my coffee cup?
Yes.
And this wasn't even by design, Dutch. It wasn't even by design. Yeah. Here's tonight's show, everybody. Okay. Here's your review of SmackDown.
You know what's going to happen, Vince? People on SmackDown are going to see this. You holding up Mr. Creepy Head there, and they're going to say, he called us a bunch of crap. See? And now and this is how this is how he made enemies all these years.
Like I said, the most hated man in professional wrestling.
Mac, listen to me. Dutch will agree with me 1,000% on this, without a question of a doubt. Bro, I don't know how they're formatting this show. I swear to God, Mac, I don't know if they're pulling matches out of a hat. The first match is your main event. That's the main event of the night. You've got Damian Priest, LA Knight, Solo, and Fatu. They got a big match tomorrow night. That is your main event, and you are building that throughout the entire show. They had the best match first.
Yes.
The rest of the show was
what it was. Yeah, it was filler. Dutch, what was your opinion? I mean, you know how a show should go and how it should be presented to be entertaining. Did you find the beginning of tonight's show what it should have been?
I don't have an answer for all this stuff. I really don't.
Did you enjoy it?
Not really.
Oh, there you go.
I watched it because I had to watch it. But did I watch all of it? No, I start about, it comes on at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
I don't start watching to 9 because I tape it and then I go back and go through the first match to the commercials.
Yep.
Then I start up, see what they got next. And that's how I occupy my time. And I just don't. The match I think I'm interested the most is McAfee and Gunther.
Yeah,
I want to see what they do in that because McAfee gave a pretty good interview. He said, I don't think you people know who I am or realize who I am, and I think they'll have a good one. But that's not the main event. It's not hot enough to be the main event.
Yeah, although I think the social media events aspect to that will be huge because that's Pat McAfee and, of course, all his followers and his podcast followers. He can bring those into the fold when it comes to views and eyes on the product, right?
Well, if they want to follow him,
it's a special attraction, and there are going to be people interested in that. There's a lot of people talking about Goldberg being involved in that match, which is going to lead to Goldberg and Gunther. So I don't know if that's the way they're going to get out of it. But
I did see tonight that
Goldberg and Gunther on paper, it looks good, and probably at the box office and the buys, it looks good. I can't imagine what type of match they would have. See, as long as Goldberg has been in this profession, he's never learned it. He's gone out there and for almost a year and a half, or even maybe around that time, it was ding, 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 start the match, then ding, 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 a minute, 90 seconds at most. So what he didn't learn how to operate and get himself over in a short amount of time. Because everybody started expecting that. When he goes 5 minutes or longer plus, now he blows up.
Yeah.
And he's in shape, but he's not in wrestling shape.
Yeah, I've been curious to see what they do with him. Obviously he would have to end up on his back for it to make any sense at all. But
he hasn't so far.
Yeah, because he keeps saying he wants that one last match, and that has me curious. Again, if you'd like to be a part of this conversation, just drop us a super chat. We'll throw it up on the screen, and you'll be a part of the show. And Hamp Connell, sorry, brother, $4.99.
I know him. I was in jail with him one time.
My Sling TV runs out June 2nd. I am not renewing it because I am done watching this show. Also, can heel Cena ever have the last word?
What's that mean?
I'm not sure. Vince, did you follow the last
No,
word?
I didn't. I didn't watch all the show tonight.
I guess what they mean. I guess what they mean is now this is the third time Orton has gotten over on him with the RKO. I guess that's what they probably mean. But I swear to God, man, everything is so freaking telegraphed. Orton hits Cena with 3 RKOs in 3 weeks. So what? You think Orton's going to beat Cena? Like it's so telegraphed, Mac. It's like they don't even try to throw you off track. I mean, I don't know. Again, just based on predictability, Mac, just based on predictability, I don't know why anybody would spend 2 minutes of their time watching that match tomorrow. There is no way, no how Orton would ever win that freaking match.
No, I'd be completely surprised if that happens. Dutch, I'm sure you feel the same way, right?
Well, if you telegraph it like that, if he comes back and gets over on Orton 3 weeks in a row, you think all of a sudden now Orton's going to beat him? They're not going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think they might need to go back to the streets and start talking to regular people instead of talking amongst themselves. Yes. They're in their own world. Creative is in their own world, and they put each other over. Oh, that's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. But it turns out it's not great. So, but they're doing blockbuster business. So, we'll see what it does.
Mr. Hughes, it doesn't make sense, but knowing how bad their creative is, I just got a bad feeling they think truth costing Orton the title will protect Orton. I don't think anything can really hurt Orton. I mean, he can get pinned. It's not going to hurt Orton at all. Vince, what do you think?
No, I agree with that. And you got to, I mean, this is the first title defense for Cena. You got to give him a clean win, over Orton. I don't think at this point in Orton's career, I don't think they're worried about protecting Orton, Matt.
No, I agree.
What is the next pay-per-view after this one?
Is it Money in the Bank, Mac?
I believe that's correct. Money in the Bank will be the next one in June. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, I have no idea what they're going to do.
Otis Linkman, what would be wrong with R-Truth winning the briefcase and Chelsea Green winning the Rumble? Can wrestling be fun again? Chelsea Green, even tonight, Vince, and look, I know for a fact that we all three enjoy Chelsea Green. I'm hoping that we're going to get a lot more out of her the next coming months. Do you feel like something's about to happen with her, Vince?
Mac, I can't predict. I can't predict what this company is going to do anymore. I really can't. I don't even try. I mean, just so many fumbles on this show alone. Like that's how you bring Alexa Bliss back? Like seriously? Like you bring her back, and then, bro, you go to the end of the show. Somebody wearing a mask hits the ring. Cena drops the guy, doesn't even take off the mask to see who it is. Like, so it's the logic is absolutely ridiculous. That's why I can't sit here and try to figure out what they're going to do, what they're thinking, what's running through their mind. I mean, Dutch will tell you, Dutch built freaking Awesome Kong. You're going to do that to Jade Cargill? She's going to take Nia Jax's finish in a freaking...
Which, by the way, that finish, please tell me that you hate it as much as I do. When she comes off that second rope and drops her ass on top of somebody, she is so protecting that individual that it doesn't even look like she's trying to hurt them. She needs to change that finish. Would you agree with that, Dutch?
Well, she needs to do something to it. But this is what I think. Remember, WWE was hot about a year ago. I mean, they were red hot, and I don't know how that got away from them with all this talent they have. I mean, everything they did had a little bit of a rhyme and a reason to it, but now it looks like they're fumbling to throw new things together. But it's the same old, week after week, and they're busting their ass. I'm not saying they're not, but I think they've just now they're stuck in a rut and they can't get out.
I think they got to a point, Vince, where when they came to the end of that bloodline story and where The Rock came in and all that started, that's where things went off track and it's never got back on track again. It's like there are two ideas of what should be happening and they're battling to see who wins. And so far, it's not the viewers, that's for sure.
Yeah, like I said, Mac, again, man, we've heard the big difference between Vince and Triple H is, it's more like they're on vacation now. When Vince McMahon was there, everybody walked around on eggshells. He was the boss. You never want to piss off Vince. Now Triple H is everybody's friend. Well, part of the problem, bro, is Triple H is everybody's friend, and now half of the roster's on vacation. Like where is Roman Reigns? Where is Cody Rhodes? You've got a show like this and your stars are nowhere to be found. I can't imagine all these people being off the show if Vince is in charge. We've still got business to conduct. And
yeah,
I mean the fact that we've not heard from Cody since WrestleMania, Matt, that's insanity. I mean, yep. Dutch, in all your years, all the freaking territories you were a part of, did you never hear from a champion for weeks and weeks and weeks?
If nothing else, I'm not saying he has to be at the TV live.
Right, he's got to be represented.
Have they heard of a videotape?
There you go.
They say, we got word from this, and he's here. Just explain where he is. Is he coming back? Is he not coming back? What you thinking about this guy that he lost the belt? Whatever. Just get something to keep him fresh in front of the fans, because otherwise, out of sight, out of mind. And yes. We got all the way through this show tonight, and people says, "Where's Cody?" They were waiting for him, and he's not there. They say absence makes the heart grow fonder. It does. But hell, you got to produce the guy every now and then. This is a thing they got to watch. I was watching it tonight. That Jacob Fatu is about this far away from being a babyface.
Yep.
That's how close they love him, because he just went out there and beat people up. Now, if they can get enough enough attention on a top heel, they got something with that guy. But they know that, and they're not rushing it. See, I watched the matches that Fatu was in. When he started like giving the baby face to come back, people sat down. They didn't want to see it. They want to see him giving it to them.
Yes. There was a disconnect. I noticed that as well. They were cheering him so much. You kind of you have to ask yourself, who's the faces and who are the heels in this situation? It was a bit of a head scratcher, and that wasn't the only time. There was another time in the show where I felt that way. I will come to it, I'm sure. Let's talk about, though, we did get a video package that was showing Chelsea Green and the secret cervix mourning the loss of the U.S. You caught that, huh? Mourning the loss of the U.S. Championship. Zelina Vega and GM Nick Aldis enter into the room, and a match is made where we get Zelina and her partner against Chelsea and Piper. But what did you think about the backstage part, Vince? These are the parts I know you pay attention to, because these are the parts that you like so much.
Well, just a lot of this stuff, man. Mac, even off the top, when you had that exchange between LA Knight and Priest, God, bro, everything's just coming off as just so scripted. Yep. It's just coming off. There's that you're not feeling like natural, bro. Remember that was the heat they always put on Vince. Everything is so scripted, and now under Triple H, you're going to have the freedom. Bro, that one scene, it sounded like Zelina Vega is reading off a cue card. There's Dutch, I always say this about like wrestling. I don't know why this is so difficult because, Dutch, obviously I did something for a little while in the ring. Dutch, I wasn't a seasoned veteran. I didn't have acting lessons. But, Dutch, one thing I was able to do was I was able to put myself in the scene. I was able to be in the moment. Like in my mind, I knew what the story was. I put myself in the moment. Man, bro, wrestlers today, it's so difficult for them to put themselves in the moment. And Mac, the only thing I could think of is why it's so hard is they don't believe what they're doing.
They're told to read this.
Yeah.
Read this word for word for word. If you mess it up, we'll take it. But if you throw something in there and it bombs, it's going to be on you.
Yeah.
A new guy is scared to death going out there. Afraid he's not going to get it right.
Yeah.
But
and that's how it feels. That's just how it feels, you know? And Dutch knows too with producing, Mac. Dutch knows with producing. Bro, you know who cuts a good promo and you know who cuts a bad promo.
Yep.
When you know somebody cuts a bad promo, that's a pre-tape. So you could do it over and over and over and over again. If that was a pre-tape and that's the best you're going to get out of Zelina Vega, she probably shouldn't be on the roster, Mac. But I mean, when you know a promo isn't somebody's strength, you got to pre-tape them to protect it.
And if you pre-tape them and it hits the air, it damn sure better be good because you have every opportunity to make that good, or you just don't put it on. I mean, wouldn't it be an opportunity just to go, no, forget it. This is getting cut from the show because it's just not good enough. Was that happened before?
Oh, absolutely. Bro, Mac, I was just watching.
Has it happened before? How many times?
Bro, do you want to hear Dutch? I swear to God, Mac, I was just watching, and I knew this story, but I saw it again. Bro, you know how on Seinfeld, Larry David always used to play Steinbrenner? Remember? He used to play. Bro, they actually got Steinbrenner, and they had Steinbrenner in a scene with Elaine. Steinbrenner was so bad, they cut it from the show. The one time they got Steinbrenner, they had to cut it because he was so bad. And Larry David had to tell Steinbrenner, cut you. Yeah.
You gotta take a hike, brother.
Yeah.
Get out of here, please.
You're
gonna kill our show.
Yeah.
Matchmania 23, these diatribes from Cena are unwatchable. They do it. He's just saying the same thing over and over and over again, and it does get rather.
But what's he going to say?
Yeah.
What is he going to say tonight? I find Cena fairly watchable because he's really just crapping all over the fans, which is a good way for him to do it. He acts like a damn holier than God, and to me, I kind of laugh at it because I think it's good. He's a good talker when he wants to be. A really, really good talker. I think they have the fans confused now and they can maybe pacify everything in their heads that, oh, he was so close to the title. He needs to get a title. He got it. He won it. Now he's there. But now you turned him in. Where is The Rock? The Rock's not there. Cody's not there.
John Cena's role.
Triple H is not there. Who else is not there, Vince? You said
Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
Roman Reigns. Where are these guys? I know it's summertime, but summertime, this is the hot time for wrestling because everybody's on vacation, or should be.
Yeah, and you got SummerSlam not terribly far away.
Yeah, if you take them all away, then what are you watching? You're watching like a damn substitute show is what you're watching. And that show is really produced magnificently. I mean, the production behind it is very, very good. So I'm thinking here, what is a match you think you could put together in 3 weeks that would do big business?
Vince?
Or who would you have one of the participants to be?
Yeah.
But I'll give you a perfect Mac. Let me just throw this out there. Okay, because Cena's cut the same promo every time, and like Dutch said, what else is he going to say? Dutch is dead on. But remember when this thing was set up, Mac? What did Cena say? I'm going to wipe out Orton's family history. Yep. Okay, Mac. Then what you do is let's see a package of Orton's history. Let's see Cowboy. Let's see what Cena's talking about. Then 1 week, let Cena pay Bob Orton a visit. Let him knock on the door to tell him personally what he's going to. These are things they could do other than put Cena in the ring to cut the same promo with the same
No. You can't do that. And the reason why you can't do that is because it requires a little bit of work, and they're not going to do that. They're too damn lazy. Those are things that should be done each and every week, whether it's on Raw, SmackDown, any of their shows. There needs to be production value that is more than just the match in the ring. Make it entertaining. Put asses in seats by making it a story people want to see. And doing things like you're talking about, Vince, are things that make people react. Go ahead, Dutch.
Well, there's several things in that I saw. It didn't really make sense to me at all. Who was no, I can't even think of the names now. Who's the guy? Alistair, how you say his name?
Alistair Black.
What was that deal? What was that deal with who was managing him?
He's not managed by anybody. Not Alistair.
Well, he
Black.
was. He was tonight. He had a guy out there with him, and
you're thinking Miz and Carmelo Hayes. Miz now, was with Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Miz was with Carmelo.
Yeah.
See, that's how much money, attention I spent on it. I thought he was with Alistair. And I said, why did he beat him up for? It didn't make a damn bit of sense. No wonder I was confused. And hey, fans, I've seen 10,000 matches, so I think I have a pass to call a match wrong.
But even with that, Mac, what Dutch just said, okay, bro, at least they did a vignette with Alistair Black.
Yes.
But what, I don't know, what is the message? Like it was very confusing what he was saying, and I'm like what does this mean? What did you get out of it?
This is it.
You got it right there.
Move your car. It's blocking me. That's what he got.
Yeah, it was another one of those kind of creepy style videos. I got the impression he was trying to say, I'm not the same person I used to be, despite the fact that you want me to be. I'm something different now. And I think he was talking to the old fans. The problem is a lot of people who are watching now who may have never seen him don't have a clue what he's talking about.
And
I've never seen him.
Well, if you're not the same guy, why do you got the same entrance then? Am I right or wrong? You've got the same exact entrance you had the first time around, but you're a different guy?
Heels like that have a hard time getting over because the fans are confused. It's according to who he's with, whether you're going to like him or not. So good luck to him, but I don't see anything. I mean, unless they change it drastically, anything going forward that's going to get him over. How did he get over before, or did he? Did he ever get over?
He did. He wasn't there long enough to get over. No.
That's also, by the way, you probably know this already. That's Zelina's husband in real life. So
I didn't know that.
Yep. Carlo, they have Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank on June 7th. I know Vince is excited to watch 8 straight hours of WWE in one day.
Let me tell you something, Hamp. I ain't going to watch 8 seconds of that, okay? I promise you. I'm not watching 8 seconds of that 8 hours. Forget it.
Not unless there's a money involved somehow. Even if they offer you a paycheck, Vince, Sports Kingdom may say, hey, we need you to cover this show.
Hey, if there's a paycheck with it, I'll cover it. Hey, Dutch,
Let's talk about
the show's on. Oh, goddamn, what happened?
let's talk about Charlotte Flair. She came out tonight, and I've been hearing rumors that she wanted to kind of change up her character. She wanted to go back to being somebody the fans would like.
She did have a great outfit on tonight. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, she did look good tonight.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree with that. But she kept asking the fans, "Why are you disrespecting me?" And got to the point where she just slammed the mic down and started to leave until she got faced off with Jade Cargill. Go ahead, Vince.
I'm just saying. I mean, listen, I'm a fan of Charlotte. I've always liked Shaw. I think Charlotte's one of the best female wrestlers of all time. I really believe it. So I'm a fan of hers. But like, Mac, this is heel 101 promo. We've heard this promo from heels a million times. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Yep. Man, you got to give us something new. You got to give us something that you can own. You could have had any heel go out there and cut the "why don't you respect me" promo. Yep. Any heel on that roster. Charlotte should be special. There's got to be more meat on the bone in that promo, man.
Dutch, what did you think about
this? Looking in from the outside, I don't care how much you guard against it. There is some heat floating around in that female dressing room. A lot of it that you don't hear about because you can tell by just reading their body language a little bit. Yep. So, and also Charlotte Flair stole my line. If you keep doing it, I'm never coming back to this place again.
Yeah, I
used it 30 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. I know Dutch used that. That's what I'm talking about, Mac. It's like, come on, man, give me something.
Now you know when Jade got to the ring after she passed Charlotte, she did tell Charlotte to get to the back of the line, which
it buried her. It buried Charlotte again.
Yep. And by the way, the outfit. Now, when we talk about Charlotte Flair, she looked great in that outfit tonight. I'm guessing that maybe Jade was making a tribute to the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders or something in the outfit she wore tonight. And I think next week I heard it's going to be a tribute to Hooters. So we'll have to wait and see. But when it comes to outfits, that was just that outfit and that cowboy hat just not working for me.
I got to tell you, Mac, if I'm Charlotte, I swear, man, if I'm Charlotte and she's walking away and Jade Cargill tells her to go to the back of the line, and Dutch knows this in the business, now Charlotte's standing there with her hand on her dick. If I'm Charlotte, I'm calling an audible, man, and I'm hitting the ring.
Yes,
I'm calling it because that buried her.
Yes,
that's buried her. And why do you want to bury a heel? Why do you want to take heat off of a heel? If I'm Charlotte, I'm like, F what they've got written. I'm calling an audible. Because
wouldn't it have been better if she had turned around and gone back to the ring and got in her face and maybe smacked her one time and said, "You better watch your mouth next time you bring up my name."
Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Or keep my name out your effing mouth, whatever, you know. Yeah. All right, let's see anything from that match or anything with that setup with Jade Cargill, and we had against Nia Jax, we had Tiffany Stratton ringside. Anything you want to talk about that match, Vince?
No, but think about this, Mac. Think about this. If they would have done that, and if Charlotte would have went back, and if Charlotte would have got heat on Jade, and now Jade's selling, now you hit Nia Jax music. Now Jade has an out. Now she's got an out. She was wounded and beat up by Charlotte before the match. Now she's protected. The way they did this tonight, Jade's eating Nia Jax's finish in the corner. This is what I'm talking about. Dutch knows this stuff writes itself, Mac. This is not rocket science. And that would have made the show better. And it would have 1,000% protected Charlotte, and it would have protected Jade.
I would have been more invested too in Charlotte and Jade if I had seen that fire come out of Charlotte, because you're absolutely correct. When you have somebody like Charlotte and she's being talked to down by somebody like Jade, who's only been there for a cup of coffee, I'd be a little bit pissed off. Do you know who you're talking to? That's exactly how she should have reacted. I see, Hector, you gave us a $4.99 donation, but you didn't ask a question, brother. So we'll just say, hey, how's it going, Hector?
Question.
Let's see.
Yeah, Hector, what's the deal, brother? Give us a question.
Here he goes.
Russo speaks the crap. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't
Russo speaks the truth about the product today, and the marks in and out of the business can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
By the way, I saw something today, Vince, that you had put out, Dutch.
My list.
Your list.
Yeah, here's my list.
Yeah, read that real quick. Just give us some of the key ones. I can't
read this real quick. I can't. Everybody always asks me, Dutch, like, what is a mark? So I came up with an entire list. If you fall under any of these categories, you're a freaking mark. I gave him a whole list, Mac. I did a whole show on my list today.
Oh, I missed that.
Just read me one of them.
You orgasm over Japanese wrestling. You're a mark. You're a mark, man. Period. You're a mark.
It's a great list. If you have not seen this, you got to post it on your X.
Yeah, Dutch, you are opposed to seeing attractive women on the show. You're a mark. Okay, you're a mark. If you don't want to see attractive women on the show, you're a mark. It's a beautiful list. Beautiful.
It is a great list. Super sticker from.
Hey, look at this, Vince. Look at this. 29 big ones.
Big one.
I never can figure out what that little symbol means off to the side. What is that, Vince?
I hate to break the news to you guys, but
that's pounds.
No, I don't.
That's $1.50.
Yeah, it's something like that. It is.
It sounds like a lot. It's $29, but super sticker. We didn't get a question though. Let's see what else we have here. The final signal. Mac Davis, you would make a good heel in WWE.
Mac would make a freaking great heel manager.
Hell, he makes a good heel here.
I'm supposed to be the nice guy of the group. Let's see what else we got here. Let's talk about the Street Profits. They were in the back with me, Chin, and your knee, his knee, their knee. I didn't quite understand why they passed these two groups.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get it either. It made no sense to me whatsoever. And I couldn't understand. And this goes back to, we were talking about who is a heel and who is a face. This was the team I was talking about. When the Street Profits were going against Fraxium, am I mistaken? But aren't the Street Profits faces?
No, they're heels.
No, they're heels.
All right,
yeah.
so
where have you been, Mac?
Mac, so I'm saying this because if they're heels, why in the world are you telling me that Montez Ford just got put into the Hall of Fame for the Boys and Girls Club?
Exactly, Mac. This is what I'm talking about. No. This is exactly you're trying to build them as heels, and he's getting an award from the Boys and the Girls Club right after the match.
Yeah, and they're putting it over. I mean, it's like I am so freaking confused. And I spent the entire match thinking, okay, I've missed something. They're not heels, they're faces.
They are heels. No, they're heels. Yeah.
Wow.
That would be a good thing. That would be a good turn for a guy. And they put him in the club and he said, I don't want this. Throw it up and throw it in the kid's face.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
That'd be a good thing for you, Mac, because you'd probably do that naturally anyway. So.
What did you think about the match? I want to say this. I thought the
hold
match.
On, but before you get to that, Mac, you kind of you went right over like, bro. What? Don't you think that was a shitty spot to bring back Alexa Bliss?
Oh yes.
I mean, what? Is she in the dog? Like they brought her back like she was some jabron.
I think that they had plans for her as a part of the Wyatt Six, and whatever happened with that group fell apart. So now they're just throwing her on the screen as a singles competitor. And I agree, it was horrible just to bring her back the way they brought her back. I was glad to see her. I love Alexa Bliss. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, it was bad timing for her to come out. What do you think, Dutch?
Okay, let's go back when we were talking about Selena Vega. I think she's kind of getting over as a babyface, even though they do all these bad things with her. I mean, she's a good-looking girl. How tall is that girl?
Oh God,
3'11",
5'2", maybe.
Yeah, 5'2", probably. Yeah, she's tiny, man. She's really tiny.
God, and she stands out there, amongst those big girls, and I'm thinking, wow, she is just a tiny woman.
Yeah.
But anyway, but they didn't do anything with her, I know, for 2 or 3 years. She was just on the spot, and now all of a sudden they reach back and do something with her, which goes to show you the power of creative. They didn't really intend for her to get over. She got over, and despite them using her in another direction. So it kind of shows you can screw up, and somebody can benefit from it. So
there's hope.
That's the business we're in.
Yeah, there's hope.
All right, let's see what we got here. What are they going to do with Jey Uso's title reign? Who do you think Cena will be facing in his last match?
Hey, that Jey Uso title reign, I don't think nobody gives a crap about it at all.
And
who did he take it from? Gunther? He beat Gunther, right?
Yes.
And so who's trying to get that title now? Nobody. It's just sitting there. He's got it.
Is he in an angle with anybody, Mac?
That's what I'm saying. He won the title from Gunther, right, Mac?
Yes, that's correct. But I'm trying to remember because he's on the Raw brand now, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jay is on the Raw brand, and Jimmy is on the SmackDown brand. So I don't keep up with Jay that much but I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I really don't know.
They don't have him in an angle. He had a match with Rollins on just had a cold match with Rollins on Raw, but he's not in an angle with him.
Yeah. What do you think, though, when the question he also had was who should Cena be facing in his last match? Dutch, who do you think Cena should face in his last match?
I'm hoping he's facing the door. So he can just keep going straight through that son of a bitch and keep going. I have no idea. And I almost guarantee you they haven't decided on anything yet either. So when is he supposed to be finishing up? When is his last date?
I believe
not that they'll hold to that, but what would be his last date?
I believe his last date will be in November of this year, whatever's happening at that time, whatever pay-per-view falls in.
Survivor Series?
Probably so, yeah. Somewhere around there. Because he has said that at the end of 2025, that is it. I mean, he's not going to be a single day more. And I kind of believe he means that too. Yeah. We don't have that much longer with him. Thank goodness. I'm not one of those big John Cena fans, although I know there are plenty of people who love John Cena. I've just never been one of those guys. Let me ask you about Tiffany Stratton too. Do you feel like Tiffany Stratton, here she's the champion, but yet I feel like she's in the background of all the other women? Vince, what do you think?
This was another horrible pre-tape between her and Nia Jax.
Oh God.
Horrible. Just so, Mac, the level these women are at, it can't be that bad. And let me tell you, if I'm a producer and I'm watching that, they're getting pre-tape next week, and we're going to do it 1 billion times until it gets better. Those women in that spot need to be better than that. It just comes across as just bad television. But yeah, I mean, there she is the champion, and obviously the spotlight is not on her.
No, and that feels rather strange to me. It feels a lot like Tiffany Stratton and Jey Uso are sharing the same kind of light with the championships they're carrying, where there's just nothing's really being done with them, which is rather odd. Dutch, you wanted to say something?
Well, no, when that's brought up at a creative meeting, all they do is they kick the can down the road. We'll address that next week. Next week comes, well, wait a minute, I got an idea, but it's not ready for it. Down the road. Well, pretty soon you kick it down so far down the road, hell, you're out of the state.
Yeah.
You don't even know where you are. You're lost. Now you got to pull out a map, and you still don't know what to do with her. But sometimes just riding down the road, the first thing that pops in your head sometimes is the best thing. Don't overthink it. Do it. And if they're using these crowds to tell them which way to go, they'll tell them. And I hope they're listening to it. And or go to the house shows is the best thing. The live events, go to them and see what they're cheering or what they're liking.
What works
a lot of guys have got great breaks because one of the agents has gone to a show and he hears this big outburst from the fans that are with him, and that will trigger, some thoughts in your head. He goes back and tells somebody, and that's how a lot of them get pushed in the first place. So you got to go the natural flow of the crowd, because they're going to tell you who to push and who to not. So if they don't like a guy, you got to say, let's don't push him.
Well, let me ask you, you mentioned the crowd. Tonight's crowd, I don't know if it was just me, but they seemed really flat tonight. Vince, did you notice that?
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's like I said, man, just the way they formatted that show, and they had the best match of the night on first.
Yeah,
nothing better followed that, Max. So yeah, you're gonna have a down crowd. They got up for that match, and there was nothing close to following that for the rest of the show. So that's why I'm saying, man, even down to the formatting of the show just doesn't make any sense, man.
Match Mania 23. This creep Black is supposed to be a babyface. Why? Vince,
he is. I thought he was a heel.
No, he's a babyface, Dutch. Definitely.
Yeah, it's so strange now, because when I was in independent wrestling, it was black and white. It was good versus bad. There's so many areas of gray now that I think it takes away from a true heel nowadays. I mean, name me one heel that's true. That is a heel all the way through.
Maybe Gunther.
I don't think so. I think he's one of the people like him, because I've described him like this: the second coming of Johnny Valentine. He goes out there and beats the living crap out of whoever he's against, and he don't mind getting the crap beat out of him. Yep. So when you're sitting there and you pay $150, $200, $300 for a ringside seat, and those guys are slapping each other around, you got to say, whoa, wait a minute. These guys, are they really mad at each other? And we've always operated on that, if, or is it not? But when they get in there and you're slapping around, I've seen some guys actually quit. He was in like mid-Atlantic territory. I've seen some guys quit instead of working with Valentine. And one guy told me, he said, I'm not taking an ass kicking for 3 weeks to keep this job. I ain't making enough money. And he left.
I used to hear stories in WCW where the guys would go in and look at the board to see who they were working with. And if they saw that they were working with Abby, they'd pack their stuff up and leave. They wouldn't even work with Abby at the time. Let's see. Jason Lewis.
Abby was okay till he dropped that damn 400-pound elbow on you.
Oh, yeah. Imagine.
I mean, man, he landed on you.
Oof. Jason Lewis.
I worked with him one time, and he dropped the elbow on me. When I got back after 15 minutes to where I could get my breath back after he knocked it out of me, I went, Abby, you should have lightened up on that thing a little bit.
Jason Lewis forgot there was a pay-per-view tomorrow. Would have never happened in the Attitude Era or Ruthless Aggression area. Triple H needs to go.
I mean, Mac, they've got 4 matches. They've got 4 matches announced. It's a 3-hour show.
Yes, it's a very long show with not enough information to make you want to go. And I'm like, Dutch, the only match I'm really curious about is the Pat McAfee and Gunther match. That one interests me for whatever reason. That's the only one that seems to do that. Let's see what else.
I like that match. What other match they got?
They got the 4-way.
The 4-way of who?
Soto, Fatu. No, what is it? Fatu, McIntyre,
Priest, Knight, McIntyre, and Fatu.
They got that match. They got McAfee and Gunther. They got
Randy and Cena.
What else? They got one other one.
What do the girls got? What do they got? Wait a minute. Isn't this your guys' job to know what's on this pay-per-view? For me, I'm expected to do that because I'm all the way out there anyway. But you, Mac, especially you need to know the whole lineup.
Hey, look here. I'm just like you guys. I get paid to watch the show and come in here, and I only learn what they tell me on the show. And I honestly, after watching the show, don't know who the girls are fighting. That's sad.
I don't think there is. I don't think there's a women's match.
They gotta be. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Vince, about all the girls. Which one do you like the most? And you better say the right name. I'm gonna come up there and just slap the hell out of you. You know who it is too.
All the girls.
We had her at TNA. She's surrounded with two other girls now.
Oh, Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
I never worked with her. I never worked with her. I wish I would have got to work with her. I did not.
Chelsea.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Put her out there by herself. Put her out there with anybody, and she'll make a match out of it. She's fun to watch, and you can beat her, or let her win. It don't matter. The people still like her, and if you could keep her in that mode, she's fine.
Yep.
Because the kids like her for some reason, even though she's a bad girl. The kids like her, and the women like her, and everybody likes her.
Let's see, Ronnie Lawson.
Oh, they have. Oh, here's the girl. These are the matches, Dutch. They got Dominic Mysterio against Penta. They got that 4-way match: Jacob, LA Knight, McIntyre, Priest, Gunther versus McAfee, Cena versus Orton, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch. That's the women's match that they have. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Roddy Las Vegas, one of the top stars, Rhea Ripley, who again we haven't seen or heard from her in a while either, have we? No. As of tomorrow, will not have wrestled at any PLEs except for WrestleMania. Remember when Austin skipped pay-per-views? Which I imagine that's being sarcastic there, but yeah, Desmond Morris, WWE should have Michael Cole pleading with McAfee to not fight Gunther to emphasize their friendship and how dangerous Gunther is. Triple H's storylines suck.
But even with
let's not say that. Be nice to Triple H. He's busting his ass. He has the problem. We can just talk about it.
Yeah.
But Mac, even with something like that. Okay, when McAfee challenged Gunther, here's what Gunther should have said. Yeah, I'll accept your challenge, but if I beat you, I get 5 minutes with Michael Cole. Just something that simple.
That's very old school too. That's very old school and would have worked. I agree. That would have made it a little interesting.
And since I've heard that, look at all the things you can do out of that.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't even think he needs to ask for 5. He just asked for 1, which means that he can get his hands on him. Yep. And in 1 minute, he should kill him anyway. Yes. So, yeah, that is a good turn. Now people will be saying, if he loses, which we expect him, now Michael Cole going to get his ass ripped up.
Yes. So those who think they know the match still want to see it just because of that.
Yep.
I mean,
these are just simple little things, man. It's that I just think they're missing.
Ronnie Las Vegas, imagine spending all that money for a ticket and you will not see Rhea, Seth, Punk, Roman, Jay, Braun, Tiffany, hell, not even Sammy. WWE is going down.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I don't think they're going down.
No, I don't think they're that far bad yet. And
no.
Always before we get to the end of the show, Roland gets in here.
Roland. Yes.
Last 5 months, Punk, Rollins, Mark Henry, Scott Steiner, Shelton Benjamin all cussed out Hogan. MVP called Hogan human excrement. This week, Becky Lynch called Hogan the scum of the earth. Is that a goat?
It is a goat, except a very nasty goat. You can't get around them. They smell too bad.
I defended the Hulkster all week this week. I defended the Hulkster.
Did you now?
Yes.
Did you really?
I do not, Dutch. It's a pet peeve of mine. when younger talent takes a shot at older talent, that's a pet peeve of mine, man. That is a pet peeve of mine. It is. I hate that. I mean,
who sent that in, Mac?
Oh Lord, I'd have to go way
back. Rollin.
Yeah, that was Rollin. Yeah, that was Rollin.
Yeah.
Hey, Roland, I'll tell you something, buddy. You keep Vince's name out of your mouth. Because we'll come over there and knock on your door and beat the living crap out of you.
I mean,
and I mean that in the kindest possible way.
For Becky Lynch to bury Hulk Hogan, like what has Becky Lynch done in her career compared to, like, let's be honest, like, come on, man.
She married Seth.
She was also making fun of Bailey this week. I saw some of that, and she made a comment about Bailey probably calls her best friend or sends her best friend texts for $99.99 a month. So let me ask you, while I'm thinking about this whole pay me $100 per month and you have access to text me. What the hell is that, Vince?
Who's that? Who's doing that?
Mercedes Monet, former Sasha Banks.
So you think I should get my money back? I should ask for it back. I thought it was a good deal myself.
Mac, listen, you know she's making bank. So let's be honest, man. Yeah, well, let's be honest. She's probably making bank, man.
Yeah.
If it's there, make use of it.
Region Heat, Vince McMahon, make entertainment great again. Not sure exactly what that meant. Let's see. GO23, Logan Paul is the best heel today. Vince, you're awesome, bro, but Gunther sucks. He's boring as fuck. Sorry.
Listen, Gio, I hear you.
Gio, that's going to cost you. That's going to cost him $10 for using that word.
Yeah, you got to fit the swear jar.
It's a PG show.
Yeah, you
God damn it.
You've got to produce them, man. You've got to produce them. You've got to help them. You've got to give them some tools, man. You got to help it.
Yep. Z Walking, I'm a huge fan. It says Zelina, by the way, is 4'11". Wow,
I believe that.
Really?
She's tiny, man.
Yeah, she's
really
tiny.
My wife is 5'2", so that's when I see her, I keep thinking she looks a little bit smaller than my wife. Let's see. Backlash is tomorrow, and can we expect Travis again?
Oh, I don't think.
I hope the hell not.
Yeah.
No,
you know that same Travis door you know that same door Cena's going out.
Yes.
Have Travis go through it about 3 months earlier, and just keep going.
Roland again. The next generation talk about Michael Jordan like a god. Babe Ruth was a king. Muhammad Ali like an emperor. But Hogan is treated like a sewer rat. Say what you really mean, Roland.
What's all the heat on Hogan tonight? Why's everybody so mad at him just because just being Hogan?
He cut a promo and he was trying to put Shelton Benjamin over. And he accidentally called him Benjamin Shelton. He didn't even know the dude's name.
Yep.
Listen, I defend Hulk because of what he did for this business. But Mac, let's face it, the dude brings a lot of this on himself, man.
Oh, he most certainly does. Yeah, he says outrageous things. He claimed he was the first person to fight Brock Lesnar after the UFC, which wasn't right. He claims that he once worked 1 year, 400 days. That's the truth. And I'm like, did he say that? Yeah. It's like I don't get it.
Well, he said on one of the shows, he said one of his clips of he said the Netflix clip got 11 billion views.
I bet he wish it had.
There aren't 11 billion people on the planet, Mac.
No. All right, guys, we're out of time. We're actually a little bit over time, so sorry I held you guys over. But this has been BroDown. We do this each and every week right after Smackdown. Next week, by the way, I'll be joining you guys from St. Louis. I'll be there for the big fan fest taking place in St. Louis next weekend. So I'm going to be broadcasting next week, I believe, from St. Louis, and maybe I might even have a friend or two might stop by while we're there. So
very nice.
All right.
Smackdown is from Smackdown is a.
It's from actually this pay-per-view is in St. Louis this weekend, and that's where I'll be next weekend.
Where's SmackDown from?
Next weekend, I'm not sure.
Is it St. Louis?
It wouldn't be in St. Louis.
No, I wouldn't think so. Yeah.
Why not?
Because it's there tomorrow.
I would go and rent a tent in St. Louis and put it up in an A&P parking lot. and let them all flood in there and just film it. Oh yeah, it'd be great.
There you go.
Back in the old days, yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I
And
got
then he said, yeah, but Dutch, you're not there. I said, yeah, I know. I'm trying to get a job, so. Yeah, just book these parking lots up. There's nobody in them anyway, so.
Well, guys, y'all have a great weekend. We'll see you again next week right here, same time, same place for BroDown. I'm Mac Davis. That's Vince Russo and Dirty Dutch Mantell. We'll see you again next week.